Have you ever stopped to think that many people believe that, after 60, life goes into a waiting mode? As if it were time to stop everything and just let time pass? Well, this is one of the biggest lies ever told. The truth is that between the ages of 60 and 90, there is a universe of possibilities hidden behind the right habits. The problem is that no one told you what they are. Or worse, they convinced you that it was too late. But what if I told you that there are 8 attitudes capable of completely transforming your routine, your mood, your health, and even your self-esteem? Yes, 8. And these are not magic formulas or loose tips. They are real, deep steps based on what really works. It doesn't matter if you feel tired, unmotivated, or even lost. What you will see here can break many beliefs that are preventing you from living with joy and freedom. Get ready. Some points may seem provocative. Others will stir old wounds. But they all have one goal: to show you that there's still time to turn the tide. It doesn't matter how many birthdays you've celebrated. What really matters is what you're going to do with the days you still have ahead of you. And if you're willing to see life with new eyes. So this content will fit like a glove. Prioritize mental and emotional health. It has always been the invisible basis of everything. And in old age, taking care of mental health is no longer a luxury, but an urgent need. There are those who think that constant sadness or emotional fatigue is a thing of age. But this is not the case. Many carry old traumas as if they were heavy backpacks, which steal the brightness of the days. But the good news is that it is possible to take this weight off, and simpler than it seems. A sincere conversation with a therapist or even a circle of friends can be the beginning of the turnaround. Imagine someone who spends their entire life taking care of others, but never stops to take care of themselves. This is more common than you might think. Emotional self-care is like changing the oil in your car. If you neglect it, the engine stalls, and you don't need to do magic. Try starting with 5 minutes a day of deep breathing, or listen to a song that marked your youth. Even journaling can help organize thoughts and relieve anxiety. It is free and effective therapy. A balanced mind improves relationships, renews motivation, and makes us see life with other colors. When she is at peace, everything flows more lightly. Pain decreases, sleep improves, mood is balanced. And then, when you least expect it, that old forgotten dream makes sense again. Because when the head is fine, the heart opens. And that's when the body feels like moving again, even if it's just to dance in the room. Move with pleasure. Moving is more than physical exercise. It's declaring that you're still alive inside. In old age, the body may even show signs of tiredness, but it loves to be reminded that it is still useful. No one is saying that you need to become a marathon runner, see? Just exchange the sofa for a light walk on the sidewalk or an unpretentious dance to the sound of an old foro. The important thing is to move the skeleton with pleasure, because movement, at this moment of life, is freedom in the form of habit. And you know what's more magical? Moving the body also moves emotions. That's right. While walking, dancing, or stretching, the brain releases endorphins, a hormone that literally cheers up the body. This reduces the risk of depression, improves mood, and sharpens the mind. A true prevention of emotional and cognitive illnesses. Want a practical tip? Try water aerobics classes or even stretching videos on YouTube for 15 minutes a day. Just put on your sneakers and get started. In addition, the movement creates bridges with the world. By exercising in a group, whether in a yoga class in the park or in a dance circle, the elderly combat social isolation and strengthen their relationships. It is in this exchange that laughter, new friendships, and who knows, even a new love arise. And then, When the body gets into the rhythm, the soul also starts dancing. And in the rhythm of this silent joy, a new desire to connect with people begins to emerge. Cultivate meaningful relationships. In old age, when the noise of the world begins to fall silent, the silence of affections can hurt even more. And there is no healthy body that can resist loneliness. Social isolation is a subtle poison that gradually erases the sparkle in the eyes, the desire to get out of bed, to get ready, to live. But here's the secret. The human being was not made to live alone. A phone call, a surprise visit, even a good morning exchanged at the bakery can warm up more than the morning sun. Deep relationships work as a vitamin for the soul. They strengthen mental health, reduce the risk of disease, and increase quality of life. Cultivating sincere bonds is more important than having many friends. Sometimes 1 or 2 true ties are enough. Therefore, value those who listen to you without haste, who hug you for no reason, who ask if you ate today. Oh, and don't be afraid to open yourself up to new connections. There are reading groups, meetings in churches, or even community courses that are excellent gateways to new affections. And do you know what happens when bonds are strengthened? Self-esteem improves, life purpose resurfaces, and motivation flourishes. An active social life is as powerful as any medicine, and believe me, with fewer side effects. Relating is not a waste of time. It is gaining active longevity. And in the midst of these conversations and meetings, ideas, dreams, plans are born, including the desire to learn again. Because no one is too old to start over, especially when the mind is restless and hungry for novelty. Constantly learn. Who said that old brains don't learn? This is one of the biggest myths that have ever been told around. The truth is that the brain is like a muscle. The more you stimulate, the more it responds. In old age, continuous learning is like fertilizing a plant. It gives life, color, energy, and it doesn't have to be complicated, see? Learning how to use your cell phone, crochet, exploring a new language, or even putting together a 1,000-piece puzzle. All of this keeps your mind sharp and active. And the most interesting thing is that learning also touches on emotions. When you discover something new, you get that nice feeling of accomplishment, of overcoming, that you are still growing, even after 60, 70, 80 years old. A book like The Power of Now can help focus on the present. Little Prince teaches more about life than many manuals out there. Reading is just one of the doors. There are also educational videos, free online courses, thinking games, and even new cooking challenges. All you have to do is want it. In addition, keeping the brain active helps prevent diseases such as Alzheimer's and other cognitive losses. Each new knowledge is like a bridge built between neurons, and the more bridges, the harder it is for forgetting to destroy them. Learning is an act of self-care, an affection for one's own history. And when you learn, the world expands, and along with it, the desire to take better care of the body is born too. After all, mind and body go hand in hand. Feed yourself strategically. There's no secret. What goes on the plate reflects on the body, mind, and even emotions. In old age, healthy eating becomes a powerful shield against excessive tiredness, unexplained pain, and even that sudden discouragement. It's not about following crazy diets or obsessively counting calories. It's about mindful eating. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and plenty of water are faithful allies of active longevity. Want a practical example? Swap out the French bread for a slice of whole grain bread with avocado in the morning. Replace that afternoon soda with a natural juice or, better yet, with 300 milliliters of lemon water. It seems little, but it strengthens the immune system, improves digestion, and even clears thoughts. Not to mention that a balanced diet also reduces the risk of diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and high cholesterol. Great villains of quality of life. And there's more. Eating well also directly impacts mental health. Foods rich in tryptophan, such as bananas, oats, and nuts, help in the production of serotonin, the feel-good hormone. That is, what you put on your plate can improve your mood and give you more encouragement to get out of bed. Eating well is a silent form of self-care, which reinforces motivation and prepares the body to live lightly. And when you feel more energy, that's when the desire to take care of yourself even more begins to emerge. Adopt a complete self-care routine. Self-care is not vanity. It is emotional, physical, and spiritual survival. In old age, taking care of oneself goes far beyond taking one's medicines up to date. It's looking in the mirror with affection, respecting your own limits, and, above all, reminding yourself every day that you deserve to be well. A complete self-care routine involves quality rest, personal hygiene, moments of silence, active spirituality, and even that delicious smell of cream after bathing. And look, it doesn't have to be complicated. A simple ritual such as turning off your cell phone 30 minutes before bed and reading something light can improve sleep quality and reduce anxiety. Taking a warm bath listening to calm music is like washing not only the body, but the soul. Meditating for 5 minutes a day, even sitting in the armchair in the living room, can renew the energy to face challenges. Self-care is made up of these small habits that, together, build a lighter life full of well-being. You know that old habit of taking care of everyone and forgetting about yourself? Well, it's time to turn the tide. Because when self-care enters the routine, acceptance comes with it. Accepting the time that has passed, the marks on the body, the cycles that have ended. And with that acceptance comes peace. And peace, my friend, is the fertile ground where the purpose of life is born. Because those who learn to take care of themselves begin to see what really gives meaning to their days. Maintain a life purpose. Without purpose, life loses its luster. In old age, this feeling can arise suddenly. Retirement has arrived, children have gone their ways, and the days seem too long. But here's a powerful truth. There's no right age to rediscover a new reason to get out of bed with a will. Purpose isn't a big impossible mission. It can be something simple like gardening, helping someone, learning something new, or simply inspiring grandchildren with your story. When you have a goal, everything changes. The heart beats firmer, the gaze gains direction, and emotions align. Participating in volunteer actions, teaching an old recipe, writing memories in a notebook. All of this gives meaning to the days. Purpose is what makes you feel useful, necessary, relevant. And this feeling, my dear, is fuel for the soul. Third age is not synonymous with the end, but with harvest and new beginnings. And the most beautiful, the purpose is contagious. Whoever finds one inspires others to do the same. It nurtures relationships, strengthens mental health, and contributes to active longevity. It drives away discouragement and invites motivation to live together. And when you are motivated, the body follows, the mood improves. And even subjects that seemed taboo begin to seem more natural, including sexuality, which does not cease to exist with the passage of time. Value sexual health, including masturbation. Talking about sexuality in old age is still a big taboo, but this needs to change. And it's past time. Sexual health remains an essential part of physical and emotional well-being, even between the ages of 60 and 90. And no, this is not just about relationships with another person. Touching, masturbating, and caring for oneself are powerful ways to stay connected to one's own body, to cultivate self-esteem, and to relieve accumulated tensions. Maintaining an active sex life, even if in a solitary way, helps release hormones such as endorphins and dopamine, which improve mood, reduce stress, and strengthen the immune system. In addition, it improves circulation in the pelvic region and prevents dysfunctions such as erectile dysfunction or vaginal dryness. It's like an intimate gym that discreetly takes care of your integral health. And it doesn't have to be a cause for shame. It is, in fact, one of the most genuine acts of self-care. And the most interesting thing? Taking care of sexuality also helps in the acceptance of one's own body. It is to look in the mirror and see beauties in the marks of time. It is to feel alive, whole, capable of generating pleasure, well-being, and connection with oneself. When sexuality is embraced naturally, it becomes a powerful source of motivation and quality of life. And then, with all this aligned, there is that almost inevitable desire to live life more fully, more consciously, and, why not, more intense. And then, which of these attitudes moved you the most? Which of these ideas sparked that inner voice saying, "This I need to start today"? The truth is that it doesn't matter how long ago you forgot to take care of yourself. What matters is that now you have the map for a life with more quality, more lightness, and more purpose. It's up to you to take the first step. And you know what? It doesn't have to be big. Just be truthful. What are you going to do with all this? Will you leave it for later once again? Or will you turn this phase of life into the best of all? Think about it. Time does not come back, but vitality can. Joy can. Motivation too. It all starts when you allow yourself to change. Write in the comments, "I choose to live better," if you're ready to apply all of this to your life. If you're still in doubt, type, "I need to reflect." That's a start too. Oh, and of course, if this content touched you in any way, if it opened your eyes or gave you a new lease of life, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you ensure that you will continue to receive content that really makes a difference. Because aging can be a privilege, but living wisely is a choice.